Hello everybody and welcome to What's in the Box. Today I am having a look at the Heroes of the Crown for Dystopian Wars from the folks at Warcradle. So this is one that we've seen on the Weekender, and you know, nice big character ships for your Crown fleet. Just the kind of thing you might want to expand into if you and your mates are starting to get into those bigger pointed games. But let's actually dig in. Okay folks, let's get stuck into the Legends of the Crown. Now, we saw this on a Weekender a good while back, and it's basically a couple of character ships to add to your Crown forces for Dystopian Wars. So we've got the Nautilus and the HMCS Tilloch Galt and 5 Escorts. I don't know if I got the pronunciation on that name right or not, but let's dig in. So the first thing we get in the box is just a little bit of advertising. So this is for Armoured Clash and obviously Dystopian Wars. This is really handy because it gives you a quick QR code to actually go and grab things like your orders of battle, your unit cards, and your assembly guides and things like that. Very useful. Also, keep an eye out for Armoured Clash. It looks to be really fun. Then we get the main hull for the Galt. Really nice, crisp resin cast here. Big armoured prow on the front. And I did notice, you know, you can't have a Canadian vessel without having the maple leaf right there. Show that little bit of national pride. Really, really nice. It looks like we've got some turrets to go on and maybe a command bridge. So let's pop this up out the way and grab our 4 turrets straight onto a little resin sprue connected at the back here. Those should clean up really nicely. I've never had any issue with Warcradle resin for actually clipping it off and getting it cleaned. We then have our command bridge again. So this one connects in below, so we'll nip it off and just a little bit of work with a blade. And then we've got our little lock points here, and then we've got our little radar dish to go on there. Nice and simple. Next up is our Nautilus submarines, man. In this game, they are the bane of my existence. Ooh, look at the lovely filigree detail just in the back control fins there. Lovely organic shape. But yeah, torpedoes, they are quite simply the worst, as Jerry would say. Then we also have an extra little sprue, so we've got our little command bridge, which is going to link on to the back here, and then that run of fins, which is going down the front. A little bit of a curve in it, but just a touch of hot water in a mug will take care of that. And lastly, we have our itsy bitsy, teeny weeny Escorts. So we get 5 of these in the box, and they are just one piece. And even for such small components, they actually do have quite good details on them. I'm quite impressed with this. Okay, let me get the other ones quickly put together, and we'll see how they look. Okay, that's the Galt built, and yeah, went together super easy. It was just a matter of cleaning up the gates on the back of our turrets. The one on here did take a little bit of working. I trimmed it tight and then just ran my blade over it. Thankfully, it's on a connection point, so even though there's a tiny little bit of gapping, you're never going to see it when you're playing with it on the table. Also, the little radar dish at the front, a little bit fiddly, but again, one spot of glue and it just took within seconds. This one thing I've always noticed, the Warcradle resin takes to super glue super quickly. So super glue super quick. We then have our Nautilus, and again, super easy build. I actually didn't have to straighten that component because it's going into a nice clean slot, nice deep slot. It just popped right in there, and again, on the back, the gates were placed really cleverly, so just at the back of this fin, so tiny little bit of clean up with the blade, and absolutely fine. So there we have it, the Heroes of the Crown. All right, there we have it. Some really nice ships. I like the fact that you're getting some nice little escorts to go along with everything. The actual Galt itself, big, beefy ship. I think you're going to have a lot of fun painting it. And of course, the Nautilus, I hate torpedoes, but if you want to have torpedoes, you can have some torpedoes. Anyway, drop your comments below. Is this something you're thinking of adding to your Crown? I'll move on. I'll see you again soon.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.